promise. I thought you served Bakul Jaja. You deceived us? Oh. No, they did not. The skills I showed you were mine. I entrusted them to the third promise and her retinue. Why honor these outsiders so? Because Wuklomet has won my trust. Now you will hear her words. Bakul Jaja. I remember when because I didn't play Dawntrail when it first released. I did buy it when it first released, and I opened Twitter, and the first thing I saw was somebody named Bakul Jaja's wife. You know what? I had to applaud that person. Bakul Jaja shared with me the truth about blessed siblings, about the price you paid to conceive them. Maybe that's better. As an outsider to your community, it is not my place to judge you or your culture. Culture is born of the experience of its people, of their lives and their land. But it breaks my heart to know that yours has brought you all so much suffering. What is bro reminiscing about now? If any here wish to break from the cycle of tragedy that creating blessed siblings demands, I ask that you join us. Please. I don't want any more of our children to die. You think we want this? We have no choice. Only blessed siblings can liberate us from our suffering. Without them, we have nothing. That remains to be seen. Speak with the third promise. Share with her your worries and your pain. And together, we may find a new way forward. Together. If she is trustworthy, then I will speak with her. It would be best if you withdrew, my son. Many cannot yet speak freely in your presence. Let us keep an eye out for Zirilja. He wouldn't take kindly to this sort of gathering. Really, what gave it away? Once we understand everyone's concerns, we'll be better equipped to help them. Let us make sure they feel heard. Not even I imagined that my sister would one day befriend Bakul Jaja. You have ye of little faith. Let me just end the stream and just G-pose with this man for 5 hours straight. Since I don't have any... Fun fact, I have no photos of my Warrior of Light with Xenos, like, without, you know. Because I never took photos during, like this, I mean, like, during Endwalker. Because I was going through it during Endwalker when Xenos played, like, a big part of it. And that was years ago. I'm glad Conan agreed to help us. He's always been good at solving complicated problems. Me, not so much, but I'll support Mamuk's people however I can. By combining our respective strengths, we will help them discover a new source of hope. I know we will. Listen, girl, I agree with you, but it's getting late. Can we speed this up? Ooh! Alright, Lila. Before we start, let us make sure we're remembering our history correctly. The Mamulja in Zaxprel fought for centuries over the land in the upper forest, but due to infighting, Mamulja forces struggled to make significant gains. In order to promote cooperation, the Hobgu and Bonui clans intermarried, and that's how Blessed Siblings were first conceived. With that in mind, let's talk to the people and learn why they rely on Blessed Siblings. Girl, I got memory issues. Okay. You know, I got my head bashed in a lot by Xenos at the fucking edge of the universe. You know this, right? I just want to make sure that you know this. Okay. I like how he is counting his ears. He is only barely taller than her. But we don't count his ears. Blessed Siblings promise us more than strength. They promise us the sun. Oh. This forest is dark and inhospitable. When given the opportunity to live in Tuliola, most of our people didn't think twice. Still, I'm dying. I can't read. Still, the prospect of being among so many outsiders was intimidating enough to keep many of us here. Blessed Siblings are meant to deliver us from this accursed forest, to lead us to the fertile lands above, where we might make a place for Mulja to abide in peace and plenty. So you desire fertile land? One that's all your own. You next. This land was once rich with ore, but the Yokhu did... Ooh. Lasagna. I can't have lasagna. I wish I could. But the Yokhu did not stop digging until all the veins were spent. The meteorites are only good for so much. Even if we made overtures to traders, we have little to offer. Nothing would make me happier than to make a good life for my family in the place where I was born, but that's impossible. So with resources as sparse as they are, you don't have good prospects for trade. As you'll have noticed, this forest is very dark. Hardly any sunlight make it through the canopy, so it feels like it's always night. We plow, we fertilize, we irrigate, yet our crops shrivel and die as though cursed. The only one that grows well is Najul, Jatika banana in Turaldi. Just try living on that and little else for a few centuries and see how you like it. A forest where nothing grows. It's not hard to imagine why you'd want to leave. think I'd go insane if I had to eat bananas over and over again. Those who have known only open skies and bountiful land cannot comprehend our plight. I ain't gonna say shit about his backstory. It's not like he... Stop it. There is a time and a place. To thrive, we must take what we lack by force, and for that, we need the might of blessed siblings. There have to be other ways to thrive. Ways that don't require fighting. Okay, you figure it out, girl? You being the politician you want to be? Well, I think I'm starting to understand. Everyone has their own perspective. Everyone had their own perspective, but all their concerns were about the forest itself. Dark, infertile, cursed. Hearing that, it's little wonder that people here wish they had better land. And who better to get it for them than blessed siblings? It's hard to convince people to stay in a place that can't provide what they need. You'd think the meteors at least would have value, but apparently not. Hold on, didn't Earnville mention something about the meteors? That the ether they emit make the plants glow blue? A rare, significant physiological effect, I would say. If we were to study these meteors, we might discover other ways they influence local flora. I notice a curious amalgam of tree and meteor just south of here. Determining precisely how they interact with one another may yield crucial insights. Everyone, I really appreciate you for sharing your thoughts with us. Thanks to your insights, we have a promising idea already. We just need a moment to investigate it further, so please bear with us. We'll be right back. Forgive me. We will be back in a moment. Remember, he grew up in the Imperial Palace. He knows he's got manners. Either that, he would get shocked by a shock collar. And he still has scars on his neck. That's dark, but eh. Final Fantasy XIV is kind of fucking dark. No, it is dark. Really dark. La 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 la. I almost went off that cliff. I thought I was gonna go off the cliff. I didn't go off it, thankfully. Right. Let's have a nice drink for a moment. Mainly just because I want to get these fucking green dots off of my thing because it's gonna bother me. I'm assuming this one doesn't loop. It loops? Oh, did someone tell me the difference of them? Oh no, it doesn't loop. It doesn't loop. What is that one? So in theory, hold on. No. Sit on the ground. Sit on the ground, bro. Can't use that one, but in theory you could... Where is it? You could make a macro that looped this. Like the drinking tea one, you know the one I'm talking about. Where this just looped over and over and over again. I wonder how to do that. I'm gonna Google it after this in case you were wondering. I'm not bright enough to do that, unfortunately. I've never made a macro in my life in this game, even though it's like a key feature in this game, because I know a lot of crafters use it, and people in general use it. But I've never used one. I don't even know how I would set that up. But I do want this to loop because I don't have the matcha one. And I like this one better because I do like tea. Of course, I couldn't drink the Gudrania one because it has cinnamon in it and I'm allergic. I don't know if I could drink this one.